bonjour, buenos dias, namaste, hajime mashite, ni hao, assalamu alaikum. Everybody out there in the internet, welcome to Channel Tekken for April 2021. 2021. So, Channel Tekken, if you don't know, is basically three things. Three main things I talk about. Um, Videos I'm working on for the channel, changes to stuff on the channel, IRL stuff. Those are the three things we're going to go down. Um, Under videos I'm working on, there's subcategories: playthroughs and streams, vlogs, DIY do-it-yourself stuff, how-tos and other stuff I might be making for the channel. And then the other two categories don't have subcategories because they are things that happened or didn't, and with anecdotes inside sprinkled in. But this time I'm going to try to just keep it super succinct and brief because I want to just blow through it and get through it. Because I'm playing Final Fantasy 14 and I'm kind of just like really into it. So I don't want to like, sit here and be like blah 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 blah. And like an hour later, like, oh man, missed out on my window of daily playtime. But yeah, videos I'm working on, so playthroughs and streams. So Final Fantasy 14 that had a free open beta on PS5. That's the really only reason I checked it out. I had gotten the starter version for free because they had like dropped the price one day, some promotion. I didn't ever really plan on playing it, and so when I saw that they had the free open beta for the PS5 version, it's like, oh, okay, it's free, so it's like whatever, so I can just play that too. And then it's like I already had an account set up, so well, I didn't have an account set up actually, so that was weird because I had to like go in and like make all that stuff. And I don't even think I'm kind of curious because I think like even though I had the free starter version on PS4, I don't think I get to use it twice, which is kind of a bummer. I think I think that's just like access to the game. Because like once you have access to the game, you have to like make an account. And once you make an account, you get like 30 days for free. So it's like once my 30 days are up, so I have to start paying, which is kind of a bummer, but whatever. Um, so so I will probably see that the thing is like Mass Effect comes out next month, right? So I know I can get through that relatively fast, but it's like I don't want to have to play both at the same time. So I'd rather just play Mass Effect next month, and then I'll come back to 14 in June probably. So that's probably what I'm gonna do. Is just like play the beta now, and then like get all the get all the mechanics down as far as like the classes I'm playing and stuff. Cause I don't like so far I think I'm just like not gonna bother trying anything like outside DPS since the two classes I'm playing have got like a lot of similarities. They're not 100% the same, which is pretty cool. There's like a lot of differences there that are like very subtle. With like the monk and the ninja. So those are the two classes I'm playing right now. So I'll probably come back to them after May when I'm playing through Mass Effect because I'd like to imagine it's not gonna take that long to play. I know it's like Mass Effect 3 is the longest because I know the third game's the longest just because I've played it so many times. 2 is pretty long, but it's not like they're not super long games. So I meant like because I know I can blow through like at least one a week, if not all three of them in one week. But like I've never played all three back to back before, so it's like it's been a while since I played them too. So I'm just like, how long are they? So I'm going to imagine and estimate I can be done with them by the end of the next month, though. But the thing is, the thing is, like, I'm just gonna go ahead and play through them, right? So, whatever. I I know I'm gonna eventually platinum them anyway, so it's like, eh. So I'm not super worried about it. So it's not something I'm gonna focus on. I just want to play through it, so I get the content on the channel, and then maybe like eventually. I mean, if I guess not eventually. If there's enough demand, which there won't be, because I don't foresee it happening, like doing multiple playthroughs with like different character arrangements and choices and stuff. Uh, but yeah, I'll do that off stream though, because like that's something I want to do like back in the day that I just never got around to. So yeah. Anyway, Mass Effect, Final Fantasy, those are kind of like the big things right now. And then I was playing through I was banging through like a lot of smaller games recently. As I was waiting for Mass Effect, because like there's nothing really coming out. Um, because it like Saga Frontier, I picked that up but I haven't played it. And then Disco Elysium, I was playing through but I didn't finish it because I didn't know how long it would take, and it was uh yeah, it was. I didn't know what to expect from it too, so it's like completely different from like what I thought it would be. Because I hadn't read up on it, I just like had like saw headlines about the game and like seen it was like you know positively um had like or high marks from most people. So yeah, the consensus was, oh, it's a pretty good game. It's neat little interesting game. It is. It's just it's really an unorthodox type of RPG. So I thought that was neat. Um, so yeah, I'll come back to that. Like I'll come back to everything eventually. It's just it's now that Final Fantasy 14 is like the big game, and it's like from 2013, so it's got like 8 years of content. So yeah, it's like it's like it's a good transition. I think is like going to that and then like leaving Destiny behind because ugh man that game. It's like next season I believe is the last one before we would have like the usual release in the fall of September. But it's like like I said last time, Witch Queen got delayed, so there's nothing happening. It's probably just gonna go. Well, it's already a free to play game, so it's like it's just gonna do whatever it does and be like, okay, this season is whatever. But there's just no new like actual content. I'm super curious though, like what's gonna happen as far as like what's in the game in that season. It's like, is it gonna be anything? Are they gonna like charge for anything that season? Well, obviously they are. I mean, like outside of like microtransaction Eververse stuff, is it like is there gonna be like any story content like at all? Kind of curious about that. Um, but yeah, like besides that, Mass Effect was really like the only thing on my radar because even though Returnal's out, it's like I am not really interested in that game. It's I was waiting for reviews and the reviews are dropped and then, it's apparently it's a roguelike. I don't like roguelikes. It's like yeah, it's like cool shooter bullet hell gameplay, but it's at its core it's a roguelike. I'm not a fan of like dying and restarting all the way back at the beginning, losing progress except for like specific upgrades. It's like no thanks. The only roguelike I ever played that I liked was Rogue Legacy. Um Spelunky I didn't like. The persistence, was it the persistence? Yeah, the persistence I didn't like. That was a VR game. I was looking forward to that one. It was just I it's like yeah, I was looking forward to because like thematically and I thought, oh, this looks cool. It's like you're in the space station, you're trying to like sneak out or whatever. But then at the core of it, it was it was a roguelike, and I was like, oh, I'm not gonna like this, and I didn't. So yeah, every roguelike I play, I'm like, ooh, no, thank you. So yeah, not oh yeah, Enter the Gungeon. I played that off stream because I was just like when I was like playing through all these games and stuff, I was like trying to like have a different thing so I could like play more stuff and then not. Because usually if I'm like not streaming something, I'm not playing anything. So it's like I want to play it and then stream at the same time. But then it's like because of that, it was like limiting me to like only playing certain hours of the day or just like never playing like certain stuff because it's like, oh, I'll never get around to this game. So then I ended up playing Near the Gungeon, and I was like, going through it, and it was really like it was. I mean, it's a decent game. It's just I just don't like that mechanic of dying over a lot. Like failure's not a fun time, and it's like yeah, there's a mechanic of like, oh, you can carry over some upgrades if you have a certain currency or just whatever, but it's like no thanks. It's just not my cup of tea. So when I saw Returnals, it's like A, no thanks. B, $70, no thanks. And then C, it's like yeah, both of those combined, double pass. It's not happening. So maybe after a price drop. I mean, the reviews are positive, but it's like it's not going to change my mind on how I feel about a game in a genre I'm not a fan of. So there's that. Um, and Ratchet and Clank, surprising story. I've I've never played any of the Ratchet and Clank games. I mean, I've bought them, but I've like not really played them. It's kind of like the God of War thing, where it's like the God of War on PS4 was the first one actually like finished. Cause I'd played other ones, I just hadn't got through them. And then or oh wait, the thing is like I wanted to play them in order, right? So it's like I'd been getting them all, and then like I played one, but just like never went back to it. I got like a bit of far, like a bit of ways in, never got back to it. So I just plan on like playing them eventually. Eventually, yeah. I do it a lot. So same thing happened. Well, not the same thing happened in Ratchet and Clank. 'Cause I don't think I ended up getting all of them. Cause I was like, I got like, yeah, I know. Oh wait, no, that's not true. I picked up one of them. I want to say it was Deadlocked or Up Your Arsenal, because it got like really good reviews that year. And I was usually just like, whatever. I haven't played any of these, so I don't really care. Cause yeah. Anyway, I've not really played that franchise, so I'm not really that big of a fan. I mean, yeah, it looks good and stuff, but you know, it's it's also $70 for the MSRP. So it's like, yeah, I'll just wait. I mean, if you look at the other Ratchet and Clank games, or not the other, like all of them, but just like the PS4 one, that was like a remake. It was free on Plus or free at, I think it was like the Play Home. Was it free with that? It might have been. But yeah, so if I just wait, I might just get it for free. So it's like, I'm not really dying to play it. So yeah, hoping for a good showing at E3, man. Because, whew, I mean, just speaking personally, it's like I know there's stuff coming, and it's like down the line, and they've shown stuff since the unveiling. It's like Horizon Forbidden West and God of War Ragnarok, but then it's like you have so many games like. Well, I guess that's a good thing actually, if you think about it, because like after Miles and after I'm trying to think, Miles and I can't. Well, I guess just specifically Miles because it's also on PS4, but then I believe Horizon Forbidden West is also gonna be on PS4. So it's like it's nice to have games that are only on PS5. It's like I have this new console, but there's no games for it, no new games for it that are only on it. So why did I even bother spending the money? So yeah. Well, I mean, obviously, it's like you need it to play the games, but it's like the games are there, so it's like chicken before the egg situation, or egg before the chicken, or whatever. Anyway, that. So, but but it's like it's like the usual typical console launch situation where it's like console launches, there's like barely anything to play, and then not all of it's good, so it's like, ugh. So yeah, but then luckily it's like there was so much good stuff last gen that I've just been playing my backlog, so it's like, okay, that's cool. So and then Final Fantasy 14 comes in and saves the day because it's like, oh, here's a free beta, 30 days of this, and it's like, oh, this is really good. And it's like that game, man, just playing it. I know I just as I said at the top of this, I would like try to like stay away from like anecdotes, but it's like knowing the story of that game and that it was like garbage, and then they like built the good version of it in parallel, like while they were supporting that one, and then they just like burned it to the ground and killed it, and like made it the lore of like the Realm Reborn. I thought that was awesome. I watched a 3-part no clip documentary about it. It was pretty good. And then I just yeah, it's like really interesting playing that after playing so much Destiny. It's just like I can feel like all the polish and the quality of life stuff, like because every time you get something new, there's like a green question mark in the middle of the screen of like, here's what this thing does and what it is. So, I mean, that being said, there's still like the issue of like you will miss stuff if you don't know that there's something happening that you could have been doing that you didn't know to look for. Like I missed my yeah, I was like 60 levels in, over 115 hours, and like I didn't have a challenge log. I didn't. There's like a bunch of different side quests I didn't do, but I mean, that's mostly because I was just playing through the story, like the main scenario quest stuff. So I did that main scenario quest, play through that, um, and then like while I was doing that, I was basically skipping over all the blue plus side quests. So I would have gone back and did them anyway. I was just because I knew I had limited time in the beta. I just wanted to like play as much of the story as I could to see like how much was in there and like how far I could get. I was kind of like giving myself a personal challenge. It's like, okay, well, there's like only 30 days. It's beta. I don't know how much of this I can get to, but then I got to heavens where it says that. I was like, okay, that's pretty okay. So I'm kind of and like yeah, that took a while. So it's like I know I'm set for a while as far as like having content to play through, which is an issue with Destiny because. And then wow, I can't talk. I think that's gonna be my plan. Is just like play through all the main scenario quest stuff, and then when I get to the end, don't burn myself out by like getting to the in-game content and just like grinding it out on that and just like wait until the next expansion or more story stuff, and then until then it's like okay, well, that was a fun time, and then like level up all the different classes because there's so many, and yeah, and it's just a ton of content. It's just, man, it's just amazing. But yeah, that was yeah, it's been a fun time, and I still have like I think like maybe at least 12 days left in my trial thing on the beta, so that's cool. Um, but yeah, besides that, videos I'm working on, which is basically just like I said, Mass Effect and Final Fantasy 14. I mean, gosh, like I don't know, my throat is drying up here, but like eventually I'll circle around back to the stuff I had planned like before Final Fantasy 14 came in. It's just like this seems to be like a really good fit for like currently where where I'm at, because it's like there's not really anything coming out, and then I can just play this, and it's like there's a ton of content. Because I was even gonna start Genshin Impact, but it's like that's a free to play game, so yeah, it's like I'd rather play this than that, because it's just yeah, it's like okay. I mean, it's not the same. It's like apples and oranges, but it's like it's like going like I don't want to go from like an MMO that's like quality and supported to like free to play game that's not to say it's not quality. It's just it's just the mechanics of grinding and loot. Well, not loot boxes, but the whole wishes system where it's like I mean, from what I've heard, it's not that bad. So, eh. Mileage may vary, but yeah, it's just like I didn't really feel like jumping into it. Um, let's see. So that's it for the views I'm working on section. So change the stuff on the channel. Nothing really changing. A while ago I did say like a new channel trailer that hasn't happened yet still. So I guess I'll make it a goal for this year to like at some point have a new channel trailer, because whew, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Or yeah, not I don't know, but yeah, it's like just the old channel trailer. Like when I watch it, I'm just like that's not what the channel is anymore. So I need to like update it. So that's definitely something I want to do. And it's still on the list, and it's still on my little outline on the phone when I'm looking at this. Every time I see it, I'm like, yeah, I should do that. Let's see. Nothing to report in other places. And then lastly, IRL stuff. Not really. There's like one big thing, and that's basically, got my second COVID shot. So that's awesome. So let's see, 2 weeks from, let's see, what day was that? Tuesday? 2 weeks from Tuesday. So let's see, the 27th, and then the 4th, so May 5th. Wow, May 4th is like the day, there'll be 2 weeks, and then like the day after is May 5th. So Cinco de Mayo, and I will be vaccinated. And that's, well, I mean, I've already been vaccinated, but it's like, you have to like give it 2 weeks to like get to do the thing. Like, give it 2 weeks to like do the job. Anyway, that is that. Oh, I finished Final Fantasy VIII. I did it off stream finally after almost 20 years. F that game. Like, okay, I also want to say something about the guide. So last time I was like, this guide is terrible. But here's the thing about the guide. It's like, okay, it's not. It's an okay guide. Okay, it's like it kind of won some points because I guess I overlooked something at the very end when it's really bad here when it basically says when you get to the final boss, it's like not as tough as Omega Weapon. If you have trouble, just rely on the strategy in the Omega Weapon section. So I went back and read it, right? And and it's like but that's besides the point. It's like in a JRPG, every boss is a different encounter. Like you can't just say, "Oh, just use this strat against this boss." It's like different attacks, different strats. That's not what's like what? I read that and I was like, this is terrible. And then I go back to read it, and the only reason I was able to finish it this time is because I'd been doing triple triad, and that you get an item. Where's it at? I gotta find it. Basically, you you get an item from a specific card if you turn it into an item. If you have the ability, right? Which is a whole other thing. Because if you're in the castle, I had this problem where like I couldn't figure out how to leave because I was like, crap, I'm stuck here. Like I was like, I could, I was very close to like, I only had one save file and I'd like not made a second save, so I oopsed. Well, I didn't actually. I had like multiple saves, but like they're kind of ways back, and I didn't feel like playing back up to that point. So I was like, anyway. So, um, so yeah, if you use the card mod ability, you can refine 10 Holy Wars from the Gilgamesh card, which I had, and that card basically makes you invincible. I was like, what the F? How did I not read this like however many years ago? I must have just been like, there's a lot of there's a lot of text there, and I was probably just like, what the F? I'm not bothering with this, or like just like, I loaded up my old save, not my like, it wasn't like my original save from like 20 years ago, but it was my save from like a couple years ago when I tried this, most recently on PS1 and before the remake, and like, dude, I didn't even have like, there were so many cards I didn't have. I was like, clearly I was not playing triple triad because I did not know, that yeah, you kind of need those cards. So that was a fun time, but it wasn't. And then I was like, yeah, if I only knew then what I knew now, and then this time, because I just really enjoyed triple triad and I was just super into it. I was like, okay, well, I was like using the guide to like get all the cards in crab, and then got the card, and then I was like, oh, I got the card, I can make the thing, and then I did the thing, and it was like the holy word thing. And I was like, dude, if I did not have that card, that would have been it. That would have been another failed attempt. And then like even on the remake, you get like not only do you get speed boosts, you get speed boost and you get invincibility, and it's like the fact that you can instantly wipe in that one in like one of the sections of the final encounter, even though invincibility is on. I was like, what is this crap? Like I thought it was like a win button. I was like, oh, I'm good. I'm just gonna walk through this game, and I still got killed in the same effing encounter as I did the last time I tried to do this. And I was like, it's happening again. Oh no. I was panicking. I was like, oh my gosh. Then I went back and I was like, okay, there's got to be something overlooked. And then I was like, maybe I should actually read this Omega weapon section. And I was like, oh, you don't say, game. And it's herb guide. And it's like, all the other crap in this part completely useless because it's like the card thing is like really the only part. So it's like, yeah, let me just show this. It's like, okay, so yeah, right here, right, right here. Eh, eh. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. Okay, so yeah, this is the part where it's like this is our little section on the final boss where it's like go read the ultimate weapon guide, and then you get the ultimate weapon guide or Omega weapon rather, and it's like, oh man, look at look at this. It's like, are you effing serious? Are you effing serious? It's like, not only is it just like, it's so dumb because it's like, this isn't. It's not how. That's not how JRPGs work. That's not how JRPGs work. Omega Weapon does not have the same attacks or whatever as the final boss. So it's like, yeah, if you have all this like, I mean, that being said, Omega Weapon's like way tougher, so it's like, it could help, but it's just annoying because it's like, dude, you know. Why couldn't you just put a final boss blurb? Here's the strats instead of being like refer to the previous impossible boss section, and there's a lot of stuff in there, like a lot, and it's even harder boss. So it's like you might be like overdoing it and like working harder, not smarter. But it's like luckily you got the Gilgamesh card to turn into 10 Holy Wars, and you're good. I mean, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you're good. I mean, you might have to reapply it, I think, like, a couple times. Maybe not even that. Like, as long as you got the damage output, dude, you're good. But it's like, had it not been for that, I'd have been effed. And I'm so never playing that game ever again. Okay, it's not like I'm never playing it again, but, like, it's also kind of funny because, like, of all the, old PS1 ones that we got, remastered or whatever or ported over. I think I'm like the closest to platinum on 8. So it's like, even though my experience has been really bad and I kind of don't really like 8, I will probably end up platinuming it just to like, as my personal middle finger to that game and be like, ha ha ha, take that after all these years. But yeah, that's. No, I'm trying to think if I played anything else off stream, dude. But I guess it doesn't matter because it's not on the channel, so it's not in any of these sections. But another random blah blah blah. If I lost my train of thought there, like what's it called? Anecdote. There we go, or an aside. I actually hold up. I do have. I'm like looking at the floor because I did actually pull out some stuff because when they were going to take the PSN store offline for the PS3 and the Vita. So I did pull out my old handhelds, and this is something. I mean, this doesn't have anything to do with anything really, but like I did pull them out, and I have like been looking at them to see what's on them. But then they said that they're keeping the store up, so it's kind of annoying. Cause it's like, dude, I'm not. I mean, Vita is like whatever, cause yeah, but I do have like one of those PlayStation TVs that plays Vita games on your TV with a DualShock, so it's like I'd be interested in getting, maybe some of those games. Not anytime soon, obviously. And then PSP, I pulled this out too, but it's like, I think I mean I don't know if I have any PSP games that like only play on PSP because, or rather I don't, I don't know if I have any digital copies that would play on Vita because I think all my Vita. It's like I thought about this. I didn't think about this until I thought about it, and I was like looking at my all my Vita stuff is like all my Vita games are digital only. Like I don't have a physical copy of any Vita game. I think that's my first digital only uh, platform maybe. Um, and then my PSP like I only have I only have UMDs for most of those games. So yeah, it's like if I want to play them, it's like that's gonna be a bummer in the future. So I kind of want to get digital copies of them so I can play them on the Vita or something, um, or the PlayStation TV. And then there's like a bunch of stuff on the PS3 digital thing that's like, dude, I'm glad that they like delayed that because I'm currently kind of kind of in a pinch for money and I can't just like go in and get like a bunch of games that I was like I want to play eventually, whatever. But that's your thing is like the current thing with like PS5 and like no games and like the launch and like I had so many games to play that were like in my backlog. I was like, dude, I'm good. Like I might even like yeah, it's like it's like I am re evaluating the one game a month thing to where it's like, if games are gonna stay at $70, it's like I don't even think I'm gonna day one anymore. It's like unless it is of a franchise or a series I am a fan of and I love, not like oh I'm kind of interested. Oh this might be good. Like no, dude, it's gotta be it's gotta be the best of the best, cream of the crop stuff. Like I'm not just being like oh might be cool, might be a good game. Here's $70. It's like wait for review. Wait for reviews. Definitely in the age of wait for reviews, unless I'm just like super hyped. Not specifically if I'm super hyped. If it's like a new IP or something, dude. If it's not a known quantity, it's definitely in the like wait for reviews. Like it's I mean Cyberpunk proved this. It's like you can show a game, you can show a vertical slice, you can show a hype reel and it can look good and you can get people excited. But that game can always end up being like that's only like a sliver, dude. That's like a sliver that's like one little finger stroke of the cream or the topping of a pie or cake or something analogy. So it's like, you don't know what the status is of the rest of the game. And if it's not like a franchise or a series, like it's not a studio that's been working on it for like, a decade or more or something. So it's not it's just too risky. So it's yeah. Like now I'm not really willing to risk that, so I'm just gonna like wait for other people I know to play it, like Gamer12 because he plays everything. Well, he doesn't play everything, but almost everything. Might as well say that. And then you just like wait for views, and then like there's always the end of the year sale. It's like there's always gonna be the end of the year sale when everything is half off or really heavily discounted. So don't just jump out and buy it full price when it could be terrible. So yeah, because really, at the end of the day, I mean, the more I think about it, the more like it seems like if you're buying something at full price, you're just paying to play it like immediately. That's really all you're paying for. So it's like you can just wait. The price is gonna go down eventually. Like look at Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Like I'm not an Assassin's Creed fan. That game's like half off like all the time now. Yeah, that's the other thing. Like mega publishers like EA, Activision, Ubisoft. Well, that's really all that's left, right? after the after the consolidation of like no more THQ, no more Midway, Acclaim, blah blah blah. So many pour one out. But yeah, like you just wait, just be patient. You're good. Like, and then there's so many good stuff that's. I mean, okay. I'm about to end the video because I'm like rambling on. But like, if like if like a perfect world, the PSN store would like they could somehow like fold in all the old stuff to like the new stuff, and then like make it forward compatible and backward compatible, and it wouldn't be an issue. It'd be like on Xbox. So it's like that'd be great. But that's not the way it is. And then on Game Pass, it's like it's even better. You could just pay the monthly fee, and you have like an entire library of games. I mean, I still don't have a Series X, so it's like, oh, it's nice to want things, but it's like eventually I'll get it, and I can be like, oh, I could just play Game Pass, F it, and like, it's like the game comes out, it's like, okay, whatever. There's a ton of games on Game Pass. I'll just play what's on Game Pass, and if it's a turd, I'll know because people will say it's a turd, and if it's not, people will say it's not, and it's like, oh, and it's like just don't worry about the stupid pre-order now to get the whatever bonus because it's not really worth it. It's like, oh, it's a skin, or oh, it's a like some trinket in a game that you don't need, that is completely like worthless and has no value. So whatever. I don't know how this turned into me like what the effing spiel what that was of like game prices and how you should purchase them and stay away from pre-orders. But that's just how I feel like the current era that we're in of like the gaming landscape of just like ooh. I mean, you can maybe put like an exception on Nintendo because you know what you're getting really because it's like it's mostly the same stuff, but it's like I don't have any Switch games. I have like 3 Switch games. I have Floor Kids, Smash Brothers, and Mario Odyssey. And it's like once I play Mario Odyssey, I'm trading that in because it's like I I I feel like I was what's that word called? Whatever. They got one over on me because I'm still waiting for Metroid Prime 4, and we haven't seen or heard from that for like years. So it's like after this E3, if it's not there at their what Nintendo Directs, they don't do the press conference anymore. So yeah, I'm out. I'm out. And like the Switch Pro exists now, so it's like I might as well trade it in while the the value is still high instead of waiting, and then like the value drops, and I don't get as much, and I can put it towards the Series X that I'm still waiting for it to be in stock. So, cause that's still a thing for PS5 and Series X. That's where we're currently at, cause it's still not even a year out. Yeah. All right. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. And until you see or hear from me again, also links to all my stuff in the bottom, like always. But yeah, until you see or hear from me again, I'm now signing off.